Hi everyone, I'm here with somebody special today. Who am I here with?
I'm John McMahon from Equinox Growers.
All right, Equinox, that's a new name that we haven't heard too often yet. Can you tell me a little bit about your background, John, and how you got to where you're at today?
Yeah, so I've been in this space for more than 10 years. Initially had Skyler Greens, a smaller operation. Eventually went on to co-found Better Future Farms. And then in the last 6 months, we've rebranded as Equinox Growers. We're a large-scale lettuce grower, and we supply Taylor Farms. They're our marketing and offtake partner.
Excellent, excellent. That's a great partner to be partnered up with in the space. So I'm sure that that is a great partnership, working really well. And I see a lot of the Great Lakes product from Pure Greens in my region. So I'm curious. I haven't seen the packaging yet, but I'm excited to see what y'all have. Is it now? It's Earthbound Farms, and then
we're under the Earthbound brand, and we package as Earthbound East Coast.
Okay.
We have a call out. We're in Virginia and grown in Louisa, Virginia, so we have some call outs on the packaging. There's some slight variations in the packaging. Some customers it says Earthbound Greenhouse.
Okay, yeah.
And then we also do some private label for retailers. So, but primarily our main core packaging is under the Earthbound East Coast, which is usually from New York to Georgia and a little bit in the Midwest.
Earthbound's amazing. One of my mentors was on the marketing team at Earthbound early on through the PMA, which is now the IPFA.
Yep.
And she helped, I think, invent the clamshell for lettuce. And she was telling me some of the shipments that they do from Salinas even over to Asia, all over Asia, which was just amazing to know that they would box it, pack it, ship it out that far and still have a fresh product. And I see it even in the Caribbean as well, which they
I've seen Earthbound in the Caribbean when I've been on vacation. I was like, I joked with Taylor Farms team that we should send our stuff to the Caribbean. So then I'd have an excuse to go visit and check our product.
There you go. There you go. Now, John, you were one of the early adopters of LED technology and greenhouses. Now you're still using LED to this day.
Yep.
And can you talk a little bit, what year did you get started with LED technology?
Oh man, I can't remember the exact year. It might have been
it's 10 years ago?
Yeah, it might have been 2016, so a little less.
Okay.
I first had HPS high pressure sodium lights, and I started expanding my smaller greenhouse, which is on some land I own outside of Charlottesville, Virginia. But being kind of like a small operator and not really thinking about growth and how big the greenhouses needed to be at that point in my career and experience level, I soon realized I actually didn't have enough electrical capacity on my farm.
Yep.
So in order to expand my surface area of growing and still have supplemental light, I had to move to LEDs.
Okay.
So it indirectly or directly forced me to be a pretty early adopter of LEDs, for better or worse. Because one of the challenges was like 8 to 10 years ago, it kind of reminds me of like flat screen TVs from 20 years ago. It's like version 1 was like massive, super thick, and very expensive, and then like year over year the technology got so much better, they got more powerful, and it's the same thing with LEDs where 10 years ago it was like version 1, and they were more square. Like I had a Lumitex. Lumitex is now no moss.
Yeah.
And then it kind of consolidated around like some of the major players like you, like GE, now Acuity, and Signify, Fluence. There's a lot of consolidation and shuffling, but early on from using them, I saw very quick benefits, even like now it's super common knowledge, but like just way better colors and your red. So my original greenhouse was polycarbonate. Polycarbonate is great because it's more cost effective, and it was great for me at that level, but one disadvantage is a lot of it kicks out a lot of UV. So my lettuce colors were not as good, right?
Yep.
And so by having LEDs, that was one thing where, I could quickly see now my crops look a lot better. They're getting UV light. And then just like the shape of the plants, it's totally different, right? Different,
nice
structure. So
It's all worked out.
Yeah. It's been a
Good.
journey. You know, it's like I've
Yeah.
learned a lot over the years, and it's like, and then, you know, working with guys like you in the industry that have a ton of experience, and you're,
Thank you.
subject matter expert in top lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you come to these events and learn a lot from a lot of different people,
Yeah.
and then try to take it back and put it into practice. So.
Now, you've gone through a lot of expansion over the years, and probably some of the largest expansion from a single operator like yourself into a massive facility. Now, first, can I ask you about how much footprint are you growing on today?
We're like 630,000 square feet, or roughly our complex is just under 15 acres, 10 acres of growing area, and then the rest is, like, we have a very large pack line, processing, cold storage, seeding and germination line. So very large physical plant compared to where I started. My first greenhouse was 1,500 square feet.
Amazing,
so.
amazing growth. I mean, that's
You can start small and humble, and then who knows where life will take you. But the interesting thing is, one of the most comments, even like going through the journey, is that a lot of people are like, "Oh, you've only operated a smaller greenhouse." It got bigger over the years, but small compared to where we are now. And to be honest with you, like, at least in a lettuce greenhouse, whether you're small scale or large scale, it's very similar operations.
Yeah.
Similar challenges, and the only difference is now we have more resources and a larger team, and that's maybe a different level of complexity of more people, right?
Yeah.
But otherwise, the process is pretty similar.
All right. So for the people out there that might be interested in getting into this industry, coming from 15,000 square feet to north of 600,000 square feet, if you could offer the listeners here one piece of advice to give them in their journey, what would that be?
I'd say maybe two things. One would be try to immerse yourself and ask as many questions and talk to as many people as possible.
Good.
Even to this day, I still am constantly talking and asking questions from a lot of people, because I think whether it's business or life, it's a journey, right? And just because you're at this point, or I'm at this point now, I'm still learning so many different things. And the challenges, and it's just constantly evolving, right? And just because we know something now, it doesn't mean, like, just how we're doing something now doesn't mean like 10 years we're going to be doing the same. Now it's like AI, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm trying to learn like ChatGPT and Grok and all the other ones, because I'm like, I don't want to be irrelevant in like 10 years, And it's like,
very true.
Even though it might not be currently directly applicable to my day-to-day job, it's just like the pace of advancement in technology is so intense, where it's like, talk to as many people as possible, learn from as many people as possible, and try to be a sponge and absorb that, because a lot of people, including myself, have made a ton of mistakes along the way, and that's how you learn. But if you talk to people, maybe you can avoid their particular mistakes and create your own ones to learn from. It's like a force multiplier.
Definitely. Well, John, appreciate the time.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to me.
Always great
and
seeing you, Blake.
we'll talk soon.
Awesome.
Thank you all.
Thank you.